Preview. The 21 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. The evolution of pro wrestling has seen wrestling morph into one of the most watched shows in the world. Professional wrestling began in the 1900s after the Civil War, to be precise. Created as a form of entertainment, wrestling mainly took place during carnivals or traveling acts. Many of the wrestlers who took part during this period were mainly college students who were in to make some quick bucks. As time went by, pro wrestling grew into a popular event, and its popularity could be compared to that of baseball and wrestling. In the WWE, we've seen some amazing wrestlers over the years, from 1960s and 1970s to the Attitude Era all the way to the New Era. While many wrestlers have not only put their blood and sweat into the industry, very few have also emerged as the creme de la creme of pro wrestling. Those that stood out mainly because of their wrestling styles, microphone skills, looks, and marketability, from Hulk Hogan to Shawn Michaels to Stone Cold Steve Austin. All these 25 wrestlers have helped put WWE on the map. That said, these are 21 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. Dave Bautista, Big Dave, made an impact on WWE in a short period of time. He was part of the Evolution stable and later battling the Group's leader, Triple H. Despite towering over opponents, Bautista is incredibly agile and put in some high-caliber performances against the game and John Cena too. Now body slamming Hollywood is a guardian of the galaxy. Bautista will reunite with Evolution on the upcoming 1000th episode of SmackDown. Daniel Bryan in the larger-than-life world of WWE, and assuming but no less talented, mad technicians like Daniel Bryan sometimes have to wait in line for an opportunity, but as WrestleMania 30 approaches, the tide turned. The WWE Universe got behind the Yes Man in a big way, proving that solid grapplers will never go out of fashion with hardcore fans. WWE officials were forced to add Braun in the main event in New Orleans, and he rose to the occasion after overcoming what looked certain to be a career-ending injury. Braun's success boosted the hopes of all those pro wrestlers toiling away from their dreams, and he's bound to move higher up this list before he really does retire. Rey Mysterio, while it's true that Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels paved their way for smaller competitors to thrive, few had faith that Rey Mysterio would get a shot at taking home the WWE Championship. With his incredible popularity as a real-life in-ring superhero and his exciting lucha-based wrestling style, Rey shattered the glass ceiling and first captured a WWE World Championship at WrestleMania 22. His contributions to WWE once again helped force officials to rethink the idea that pro wrestling is simply a big man sport. Jeff Hardy. Few WWE superstars have thrown caution to the wind like Jeff Hardy. The sacrifices and risks he's taking to excite arenas all around the world have earned him a deep level of respect. Jeff was an incredibly popular WWE champion, and after returning last year and capturing the tag team belts with his brother Matt, made his mark once again this year as a United States title holder. AJ Styles, in a short period of time, the phenomenal one has leapfrogged his way up this list of the greatest all-time WWE superstars. Thanks to his consistent main event performances and championship accomplishments, he continues to shatter records. Having only officially joined WWE in 2016, AJ has held the United States and WWE Championship twice, an incredible feat in today's pro wrestling landscape. Styles has wowed us with dozens of fantastic bouts with top-level opponents including John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Samoa Joe. The British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. Although Davey Boy Smith never made it to the lofty heights of WWE champion, his IC title win over Bret Hitman Hart in front of more than 80,000 fans in London's Wembley Stadium will go down as one of the biggest moments in WWE history. For a time in the early 90s, Bulldog was one of the most popular stars on the roster and had an amazing wrestling pedigree too. First learning the ropes in England, Davy's cousin, the Dynamite Kid, proved to be a great mentor when he got to WWE, which helped prepare him for a highly successful singles career, which included runs with a tag team, Intercontinental, European, and even the Hardcore title. Davey Boy Smith is a future WWE Hall of Famer. Mick Foley, through his countless in-ring characters such as Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love, Foley found himself grappling with the greats, from his brutal I Quit match with The Rock to his death-defying performance against The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. Foley had us on the edge of our seats until he retired in 2012. Foley chronicled much of his career in his autobiography, Have a Nice Day, a New York Times bestseller. The book is considered by many wrestling critics to be the best of its kind. Roddy Piper, the late great Roddy Piper, has provided WWE fans with some of the all-time greatest WrestleMania moments. He teamed with Paul Orndorff to take on Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, and the inaugural show of shows, and had a famous boxing match against Mr. T at WrestleMania 2. Piper found success in Hollywood, starring in John Carpenter's 80s sci-fi They Live, but will continue his WWE career. Hot Rod's best match came at WrestleMania 8 against Bret Hart, and he's now also celebrated as the inspiration behind Ronda Rousey's ring persona. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Ric Flair is one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time, and with a career spanning over 40 years, he has done it all. Ric didn't arrive in WWE until 1991, almost 20 years after his debut, but he still made his mark, first by winning the 1992 Royal Rumble after drawing number 3, and second by treating us to some legendary matches with the likes of Macho Man Randy Savage and Shawn Michaels. Now retired, Ric's legacy is continued by his daughter Charlotte. He is also the only man to be introduced into WWE's Hall of Fame twice, once as a singles competitor and once as a part of the Four Horsemen. Roman Reigns, much like John Cena, is a polarizing figure, but we should never underestimate his achievements in the ring. The Big Dog has held the WWE title on 4 occasions, and as the current Universal Champion, he also scored a huge win over The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. While many men tend to jeer Reigns, he is adored by the majority of women and children, and is one of the WWE's top sellers where t-shirts and other merchandise are concerned. He's also had some incredible matches over the years with Triple H, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Braun Strowman. Believe that. Brock Lesnar, the Beast, climbed to the top of the WWE mountain quickly after making his debut in March of 2002 and pinning The Rock to win his first World Championship just a few months later at SummerSlam. After leaving WWE in 2004, he would increase his stock further by becoming UFC champion after a TKO over Randy Couture. Winning the UFC title had the world talking about how tough pro wrestlers can actually be. Returning to WWE in 2012, Brock has a blistering encounter with John Cena at Extreme Rules, and despite losing, showed that he still meant business. He went on to dominate Cena in their return match at SummerSlam 2014 and ended The Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania 31. Now chasing the Universal Championship once more, Brock has become one of WWE's biggest marquee stars. Andre the Giant, a star of both the ring and Hollywood. Those who saw HBO's recent documentary on the life and times of Andre the Giant will have felt both respect and compassion for the huge man born in a small town near the French Alps. At 7 feet 4 inches, Andre struggles to get on airplanes or fit into washrooms, but still manages to bring joy around the world to millions of WWE fans each week. Andre's match with Hulk Hogan before a record-setting crowd at WrestleMania 3 was one of the most financially successful WWE main events of all time and leaves a giant legacy that is still lovingly remembered to this day. Chris Jericho, one of the many reasons that Chris Jericho stands out as one of the WWE's greatest superstars is his unwavering commitment to keeping his act fresh. Since Y2J first burst onto Monday Night Raw in August 1999, Jericho has given us non-stop entertainment. He is the only man ever to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock on the same night, en route to winning the WWE Undisputed Championship, and his most recent work with a list of Jericho has had fans in stitches. Now considered a veteran, Chris Jericho is far from ready to hang up the boots, and his regular WWE returns are often the highlight of any show. Ultimate Warrior, few sport entertainers in history have made an impact in such a short time or garnered the same reaction from a crowd. Warrior held the WWE Championship on 2 occasions in the early 90s, and his confrontation with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6 in Toronto is without doubt one of the WWE's most iconic moments. With his face painted, Warrior would run to the ring at a frenetic pace, soaking up the electricity of his fans along the way. While he was not the most technically sound wrestler, he brought some serious excitement to his matches, particularly against Macho Man Randy Savage and Ravishing Rick Rude. Today, WWE's Hall of Fame has a special Warrior Award which celebrates those who exhibit unwavering strength and perseverance and who live life with the courage and compassion that embodies an inimitable spirit of the Ultimate Warrior. Triple H is not called the cerebral assassin for nothing. His ability to structure a wrestling match and tell a story is one of the reasons that his later career in the WWE boardroom has been successful. As a competitor, the games matches with John Cena, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and of course The Undertaker serve as a masterclass for aspiring grapplers. With Triple H at the helm of NXT, the future looks very bright for WWE's crop of emerging superstars. Macho Man Randy Savage, the Macho Man, had it all. His match with Ricky Steamboat in front of 93,000 fans is a standout for anyone eager to learn the ropes. Just a year later, he went on to win his first WWE title following a 14-man single elimination tournament at WrestleMania 4. Fans lapped up the on-again, off-again relationship between the Macho Man and his valet Miss Elizabeth. Although the two were really married in 1984, they would not have an on-screen wedding until SummerSlam 1991, and their romance provided a perfect storyline backdrop to some classic confrontations with Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Kurt Angle, as the only Olympic gold medalist ever to win a WWE title, Kurt has become one of pro wrestling's most beloved superstars. His aptitude for sports entertainment shone through when he embraced his sense of humor, and his charisma, coupled with perhaps the best technical wrestling ever, makes him the perfect WWE package. Kurt's matches with John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Shawn Michaels rank amongst WWE's best ever, and his current work as a general manager of Raw saw him return to the ring at last year's Survivor Series and at this year's WrestleMania as a perfect partner for Ronda Rousey. Bruno Sammartino, this Italian strongman, held the WWE, then WWF Championship twice, spending 11 years in total with the belts around his waist before the days of WWE's global dominance. Bruno was a serious box office attraction, selling out Madison Square Garden on 188 occasions. His legacy and influence on popular culture cannot be underestimated, as he helped the company find its footing in the Northeast market and primed it for its eventual nationwide and later worldwide expansion. The Undertaker is certainly WWE's greatest character creation, but inside the ring, the Phenom could seriously move. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches, the Man in Black could leap over the top rope to the outside of the ring, crushing his unfortunate opponents on the floor below. The Undertaker's record-breaking WrestleMania winning streak stands at 21 victories in a row, and it will be a cold day in hell before anyone comes even close to topping it. The Dead Man's matches with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H are the stuff of legend. Bret Hitman Hart. Bret was by no means a lightweight at 234 pounds, but as WWE Champion, he was noticeably smaller than the likes of Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Still, he gained the fans' trust and respect through his determination to be a fighting champion, and that's how he became one of WWE's most revered workhorses. The Hitman's early matches over the Intercontinental Championship with Shawn Michaels showed the world that there was more to wrestling than the big man, and through the confrontations with brothers Owen Hart and brothers-in-law Davey Boy Smith, cemented himself as one of the greats. Without Bret Hart, there would be no Stone Cold Steve Austin, and their match at WrestleMania 13 is considered by many to be the best of all time. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid's ascent came at a difficult time when WWE business was seeing a downturn, not least due to pressures from rival group WCW, but in terms of match quality. Still, Shawn Michaels made sure WWE was always the greatest show in town. HBK is without a doubt a pioneer. In Land of Giants, he was able to use his agility to create some of the most stunning matches in WWE history, including those ladder matches with Razor Ramon and his epic encounters with Bret Hart and The Undertaker. After stepping away from the ring in the late 90s due to injury, Shawn returned seemingly better than ever, and his bouts with Triple H, Kurt Angle, and rematches with The Undertaker alone make the WWE Network worthy of subscription.